Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to change the oil on my wife's 2020 Volvo S60. Only reason I'm making this video is because I can't find much online for that car. Not even like how to jack it up or anything. Everybody's, talks about putting on the lift and blah, blah, blah. Well, we don't have a lift here. So we're going to figure out what's a good place to put the jacks and the jack stands. And then we're going to go ahead and change the oil. Pretty simple, but hopefully this will help some folks out like me who couldn't figure anything out by the old Google. So let's just start with what you need. I'm sure we're going to need various wrenches and stuff. I'll let you know as we go. I don't know what sizes or anything like that now. Jacks, jack stands. It's always good to put a chock behind the wheels. Let's go ahead and I'll show you what I got. All right, so oil was a little bit of a challenge too. Cartec 0W20, 6 liters, Swedish car, but you're supposed to get this Volvo VCC RB SO2AE. Mainly you want to see Volvo VCC rating, which very few oils have. There's the liquid moly, there's a Castrol that has it, a Euro, but I could only find it in quarts and it was going to get pretty expensive. You can find this stuff online, different places. There's even Parts Authority. If you have one local, they have it. 6 quarts. There's no dipstick. I hate this no dipstick stuff. I went ahead and got a new washer for the drain plug, and oil filter comes with a couple O-rings that we're going to change on it as well. This is an easy one again. I mean, changing oil is pretty basic, but I know there's a lot of people that don't do it on their own, but you can save a lot of money. I'm pretty sure the dealership's going to charge you like $350 to do an oil change. This should be well under $100 for me. Probably about $70 in 2026. I don't know when you're watching this. So let's go ahead and get at it. Should be pretty easy. You do have to get rid of the oil when you're done. A lot of parts stores will let you bring it back, or like my township, we can bring it down, and they've got a place for us to dump it. Here's the car. 2020 S60 Momentum, just a front wheel drive T5. This is just the turbocharged model. All the higher models are turbo and supercharged. So anyway, I'm gonna put that parking brake on too, but anybody that's parted out BMWs in the past has these floating around. They work good. So let's get that there. Don't forget to open the hood. It's way back here. And the car lets you know about it. Just in case you need to know, hood open, do not drive. Parking brake. Volvo recommends you change the oil every 10,000 miles. Yeah, I can't deal with that, so I'm gonna do it every 6. I'm old school, like change oil every 3,000 miles with conventional. So with synthetic, I've just decided to change it every 6,000. I don't know. Now, let me get down under here. You'll see on the rockers here, there is a little arrow for a jacking point. There's one to the front, one to the back. Problem is, once you put the jack under it, you gotta know where to put the jack stand. And you can't not use a jack stand. So, let's go ahead and get it lifted up. I'm gonna go. It seems like a jacking point. I would say that this is the jacking point right here. I'm going to jack up from there, and I think I'm going to try to put a jack stand up over there somewhere. There we go. Alright, so I think this body mount should be perfectly fine. There we go. Just make sure you get it on there nice and sturdy. I actually hate being under cars, so I usually take the jack and just lightly tighten it up to subframe or whatever, just as kind of like a backup. I mean, nothing's gonna happen, but like I said, I don't like being under these things. All right, now we're under the car. There's a whole ton of these T30s to get this under tray off. Surprisingly, they all look like they're still there. We bought this car used. I'm surprised. Half the times, most of this is missing. So let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, there must be another one. Oh no. Oh, there's little clips that hold it in place. Wow, so it's designed not to fall and kill you. That's cool. Alright, so there's this clip here. They look like they would squeeze. There you go. There's also one in the front. That's kind of nice. You could put this thing up and not have it falling on you while you're trying to put it down. All right. Put that aside. All right, so this is actually the first time I'm under this car since we bought it. It's a 2020. It has 50,000 miles, almost on the dot when we bought it. So first time I'm changing the oil. We're at about 56 now. Real happy to see how dry it is under here. Everything looks real good. And I had to change the upper torque mount. Lower one looks good. This one looks good. It's always good habit to just take a look around when you're under a car, because you never know when something might start to go, and you can kind of get ahead of it. But yeah, real clean car. We bought it from a Volvo dealer, not certified, but it was just a little too old. But it was always maintained at a Volvo dealership apparently, and it was definitely maintained right. Had good maintenance records and all. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the first draining of the oil, because you've got to drain 2 different spots on this car, which is interesting. Okay, so pretty simple stuff here. 17 drain plug. It's going to have a crush washer that we're going to want to change. That may have been a little extra tight for good measure. This car's been sitting all night, so I'll probably let it drain a little bit longer. But some people like to run them to get it hot first. Some people like to let them sit overnight. Again, do what pleases you. As long as you're changing the oil, that's really all that matters. Woo! Alright, while that drain is still dripping a little bit over there, we're going to move to the other drain. That's right. You get to also have a second drain. The oil filter housing, which is on the bottom, not on the top like a lot of the other European cars, has a drain plug that you got to drain first. Looks like it's a 6mm Allen. And what we'll do, let's see if we can get this to reach. That way we can drain both at the same time. It's still dripping a little over there. Came out pretty easy. Now this should have a O-ring on it. The oil change kit that I bought came with a new O-ring for this, as well as an O-ring for the housing itself. I did have to buy a special wrench, big socket for the housing. So keep that in mind. All right. There we go. Oh, not too much in there. So while we're waiting for the draining to continue, we will go ahead and change this O-ring. Just use your little pick. Take that thing off. There should be a new one in with your oil filter, hopefully. Again, the big O-ring is going to be for the housing itself. Always helps put a little oil on it. A little old oil is not going to hurt. You can use your new oil if it's handy. Mine's just far away. So there we go. Simple as that. Now it's that much better. than the old one. All right, so we'll go ahead and put the drain plug back in. It's a girthy drain plug. Try to use a new crush washer if you can. They're super cheap. There's really no reason not to. If you get an oil change kit from places, they usually include it. And just give it a little tug. It doesn't have to be over tight. There you go. Say we can go ahead and put this drain plug back in. I don't think it needs to be that tight. Feels good. That is the special socket for the filter housing I talked about. I got it on Amazon, no particular brand or anything. Okay, loosen it up with this. Hopefully this won't make too much of a mess. So far so good. It's been a pretty easygoing oil change. There we go. Let's just let this drain out a bit, and then we will go ahead and change that oil filter cartridge. So this should just pop out. There we go. Just clicks in. There is an O-ring on here, but as you'll see, the new filter has an O-ring there. The O-ring we want to change is this big guy right here. Get out Mr. Hook again. Another one, always a good idea to change this. You can see it's already kind of square. There we go. So, just wipe this down. So you just take it, pop it in. It's time to go ahead and put it right on back up. All right, so we'll just go ahead and tighten this up by hand as much as we can, and then we'll go ahead and put the socket on there. Okay. Switch the way we're going. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna put this tray back up and fill it with oil and check the level and reset the computer. Just a few more things to do. We got to put the under tray back up. If you remember, there's some two clips that should make it easy. So I'm kind of curious to see how well this goes. Go. All right, Volvo, I'll take it. I will take it. And we'll just start putting the 10 screws up. Okay, not so bad. Let's go up top. This is the oil we'll be using. Liquid Moly 0W20 Special Tech. Bring it a little closer. It's got the Volvo VCC rating. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means is in the oil. All I know is it's either Liquid Moly or there is a Castrol, but you have to buy it by the quart. This car needs 6 liters, which there's no dipstick, which is fun. My first car with no dipstick I'm changing oil on. I'm hating it. So you can buy a 5 liter, which is 5.28 quarts. You know, if you buy the gallon, it's only 5 quarts. And then another liter. Not so bad. So, and it's good oil. I mean, there's no reason. You could save 15 or 20 bucks and put like Mobil 1020 in it and hope it works. Probably will, but they must spec it for a reason, right? So anyway, take the oil cap off, use a clean funnel, and oh, this is fancy. How the hell is this open? Oh. Gonna get some in your face apparently. And we'll just pour it in. And then we'll check it electronically once we put the oil in. And I guess I gotta let it down off the jacks too. From my understanding, it wasn't always the 0W20. This is like a change. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I like to use what the manufacturer says to use, so I'm just curious if anybody knows what's so special about this oil. You know, I know like BMWs, the old M3s, you had to use what we call liquid gold, the Castrol, the one Castrol oil, but that's because you didn't question it with that motor. That motor was amazing. All right, so we've almost got the 5 in. I guess I'm gonna put all 6 in and then check it. Maybe I'll put almost 6 in and check it like I usually do. I just usually am able to look at a dipstick. So I'm just gonna let this one empty out all the way, and then we'll switch to the little guy. The little guy has a regular cap, I think. Yep. Really wish the big one had this cap. So I'm gonna go crazy and just put it all in. Trust the science, is that what they say? Trust the Volvo. All right, let me go ahead and get it down off the jack stands and we'll check the oil and I think we'll be good to go. All right, we'll start it up. So we will release the parking brake. There we go. So we'll go to car status. We'll go to status. And it says the oil level is maximum. I guess I just have to believe that. Yeah, so there we go. Now we want to reset the service indicator. It's going to probably do it for 10,000 miles. I'm not sure if you can change the number, but let's at least reset it. Okay, so first we just hit the start button, one click without touching the brake or anything. Turn everything on. Then we're going to go ahead and hold that button, this button, while we're starting it. All right, we're going to look for an eye, flashing eye, and once we see the flashing eye, we let go. There you go, maintenance reminder reset. So it's probably resetting it to 10,000 miles. I'm sure there's going to be a way to change it to 6. I just have to figure that out next. But at least it's reset and it won't come on and my wife won't tell me about it. But who am I kidding? She wouldn't tell me till the light came on. But that's another story for another day. And that's it. Oil's changed. You know, pretty simple job for people that work on cars. I just figured I'd make this video because I haven't seen one on this car, especially the jacking and where to put jack stands and things like that. Everything says put it on a lift, which we don't all have. So pretty simple. Don't forget, don't dump the oil on the rocks behind the house. Take it and be responsible. You can take it to the auto parts store, or like my town, I can take the oil too. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, if you liked it, give me a like, give me a follow. I'll probably have some more stuff on this Volvo. Hopefully not soon though. This car's supposed to not break for a while. Maintenance stuff. Let's stick for maintenance stuff for a while. But I've also got my lifted Corvette. Got my lifted Nissan Xterra on, you know, F350 axles. I've got a Z3 right now. That'll be going. We're gonna get something else. Always have some good content. Try to keep it interesting, doing the stuff you would do in your backyard. But hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.